Put some more lights. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gora Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Vishwabhada Paramhamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtavadashita Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ram Sankirtan ki Maharaja Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Yathay Gaur Premanande. So, welcome all of you for the Sunday morning Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this morning we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, chapter 17, text number 2. The chapter is entitled as Punishment and Reward of Kali. Vrisham Mrinala Dhavalam Mehantam iva bhibhyatam Vepamanam padaikena Siddhantam shudratadhitam Vrisham Mrinala Dhavalam Mehantam eva bhibhyatam Vepamanam padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Visham Mrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Eva Bhibhyatam Vepamanam Padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Vishambrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Eva Bhibhyatam Evamanam Padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Vishambrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Eva Bhibhyatam Vepamanam Padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Mataji Vishambrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Eva Bhibhyatam Vepamanam Padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Mataji Vishambrinala Dhavalam Mehantam Eva Bhibhyatam Vepamanam Padaikena Siddhantam Shudra Tadhitam Word to word. Visham the bull Mrinala Dhavalam as white as a white lotus. Mehantam urinating. Eva as if. Bhibhayatam being too afraid. Vepamanam trembling. Pada ekena standing on one leg. Siddhantam terrified. Shudra Tadhitam being beaten by a Shudra. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The bull was white as a white lotus flower. He was terrified of the Shudra who was beating him. And he was so afraid that he was standing on one leg, trembling and urinating. Purport. The next symptom of the age of Kali is that principles of religion which are all spotlessly white, like the white lotus flower, will be attacked by the uncultured Shudra population of the age. They may be descendant of Brahmana or Kshatriya forefathers, but in the age of Kali, for the want of sufficient education and culture of wisdom, such a Shudra-like population will defy the principle of religion, and persons who are religiously endowed will be terrified by such men. They will declare themselves as adherents of no religious principle, and many isms and cults will spring up in the Kali Yuga only to kill the spotless bull of religion. The state will be declared to be secular or without any particular principle of religion, and as a result there will be total indifference to the principle of religion. The citizens will be free to act as they liked without respect for sadhu, shastra and guru. The bull standing on one leg indicates that the principle of religion are gradually diminishing. Even the fragmental existence of religious principle will be embarrassed by so many obstacles, embraced by so many obstacles, as if in the trembling condition of falling down at any time. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshushunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsham Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashyata Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, firstly, I am very happy to be with all of you at Aktapur. So, just now, in the previous chapter, we saw how Pariksit Maharaj comes into the scene, right? And then the discussion is taken to a different direction. Again, it is brought back to the scene where you can read in this verse, the first verse and the second verse, explaining by Sukadeva Goswami, said, after reaching that place, Maharaj Pariksit, observing that the lower caste Shudra, dressed like a king, was beating the cow and the bull with the club, as if they had no owners. So in this chapter, we see that Pariksit Maharaj, as soon as he sees the cow and the bull in a very suffering situation, crying, trembling and fearful, and he also sees a man who looks like a Shudra and dresses up like a king. Dresses up like a king. And Pariksit Maharaj actually, first of all, chastises him and stops him. And then he has a conversation with the bull. And he asks the bull, before even the Shudra could do anything, asks the bull, what has happened to you? Why are you in such situation? And the further verses, Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki, Shri Shri Gaunitai ki. There's a beautiful verses wherein the bull is conversing with Pariksit Maharaj in this chapter, in the further verses. The bull, when he was asked about his condition, so he gave a 2-verse philosophical answer to Pariksit Maharaj. He said that some scholars say that it is by the will of the providence one is in this situation. And some group of scholars say that one has to go through what he is deserving. And another group of scholars say that it is such an age that this is very destined. When Pariksit Maharaj heard these verses and this explanation by the bull standing on one leg, so Pariksit was surprised. Pariksit was very surprised. How come the bull is speaking like this? And then he identifies that the bull is who? Dharmaraj. The bull is Dharmaraj and the cow is Bhumi. The cow is Bhumi. And of course, he also identifies that the bull standing on one leg is the sign that all the 3 qualities have disappeared now or disappearing in Kali Yuga. Because the 4 legs of dharma are austerity, cleanliness, mercy and truthfulness. These are the 4 legs of dharma. Austerity, cleanliness, mercy and truthfulness. The other 3 have disappeared, gone or broken by unlawful people of Kali Yuga. Unlawful people of Kali Yuga. And only truthfulness is one thing on which dharma is standing. And in the same further verses, Pariksit Maharaj, he takes his bow and arrow immediately. He chastises and tells, I am in the line of great king Kurus, the Pandavas. We hear that after Krishna's disappearance was announced, and Yudhishthira Maharaj, he came to know, he actually made Pariksit Maharaj the king of Hastinapur, and he made Vajranab the king of Mathura. And then the Pandavas retired towards the north. I was telling yesterday, in the whole Bhagavatam, everyone is retiring towards north only. If you read the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, everyone is going to north. And our Sankirtan bus, our party also every year goes to the north. Because if you read the Bhagavatam, Narada Muni went to the north, Dhritarashtra went to the north, Ajamil went to the north, Pandavas headed towards the north. Everyone is heading towards the north. So I told Chaitanya Prabhu, we shall also head once in a year to Rishikesh, to the north. So we are every year going to the north. Because it is said, the northern part of the India in the Bharatvarsha is called the Deva Bhumi, where the Ganga flows. Vishnu Charnamrit appears onto the earth and touches the earth at Haridwar. Because it is the Lord Vishnu's Charnamrit, Ganga Devi, Mother Ganga flowing from Haridwar, touching the earth. So anyone who takes a dip there, gets rid of all his sins. But for Gaudiya Vaishnava, the scene is a little different. Because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, we even hear, because in this chapter, the description of Kali Yuga is visible. How in Kali Yuga, this three qualities will not be there. Cow and bulls will be killed mercilessly. There won't be mercy in people. This has been described. And not only in this chapter, if you see in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, when Yudhishthira Maharaj, when Krishna leaves this planet physically, Krishna disappears performing pastime. Even that time there is a description. And Yudhishthira Maharaj actually sees the evil omen. Right? He sees the evil omen. And he also understands that dharma is going to be reduced. And devotees are very, very intelligent. They don't want to be in such a place. So immediately Pandavas just left that place. So, but Pariksit Maharaj is a great king. It is that Pariksit Maharaj, even though Krishna is left and Kali Raj is to take over, his period now, his time now. Because of the presence of great king rajarsi Pariksit Maharaj, Kali Raj was not able to act. And when Pariksit Maharaj saw this, he immediately took his bow and he wanted to finish Kali. And then Kali said, "My sir, it is my time and you are not ending your time. And until you don't end your time, my time doesn't start." And then Kali Raj actually, he begs to Pariksit Maharaj that you have to, even I need some place. He chastises first, he takes a bow and arrow, and Kali, because he looks like he dresses up like a king, but he is a Shudra, appears like a Shudra. And so Pariksit Maharaj, when he takes his bow, he surrenders to him and requests him that until you are there, I have no place. Where should I go? So in the further verses, Pariksit Maharaj gives him 4 places. What are the 4 places? Pariksit Maharaj says, Kali, you go and reside in these 4 places where there is meat eating, where there is illicit sex, where there is gambling, and where there is intoxication. You kindly go and reside in these 4 places. Kaliraj, he thinks, and he says, until you are there, such place doesn't exist. Give me another option also. Because he is an intelligent person. He knows Pariksit Maharaj is there. He will not allow these places to exist. So he asked for a 5th option. And Pariksit Maharaj said that the 5th option is wherever there is gold, you go and reside there. Wherever there is gold, you go and reside there. Now, it has a very deep meaning. This itself can be one other chapter. Where there is gold, what happens there? Because where there is gold, all these qualities comes and takes shelter there. Because gold is a symptom of material attachment. Gold is a symbol of external attachments. And whoever is storing it, being attached to it, all other 4 things also will come and reside there. Meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and illicit sex. Automatically it will come and reside. So he said, you go and reside there. Kaliraj was satisfied, and this chapter in one sense concludes like that. Here in this purport, Prabhupada writes very beautifully, the symptom of the age of Kali is that the principle of religion, whereas the spotlight white like a lotus, will be attacked by the uncultured Shudra population of the age. They may be descendant of Brahmana and Kshatriya forefathers, but in this age of Kali, for the want of sufficient education, culture, vision, the Shudras like population will defy the principle of religion. he said even Brahmanas and Shudras, Kshatriyas, they may be born as Brahmanas and Kshatriyas by birth, but they will act like Shudras. They will act like Shudras only. And they will create a society which will be called as secular. Secular society means what, No religion. A secular society means no religion. No religion means no scriptures. No scriptures means no Vedic culture. No Vedic culture means you are not bound to follow. And if you are not bound to follow, what is left is sense gratification. And different kind of isms will come up and create so many cult. And we don't need to understand about these things. We just go around, look around the world. It is full of that now. It is not even secularism, it's totally atheism now. Totally atheism, not secularism. Most of the Hindus, they actually go to the temple for two reasons. One is they have a list of things to gain from the Lord. Second is, if their list is already fulfilled, they are fearful. In case God is there, He will take away, let us go and keep Him also happy. These are the two reasons people go to temple nowadays. So as good as everyone, the whole society is full of atheists now. The citizens will be free to act as they like without the respect for sadhus, shastras and guru. The citizen will be free to act as they like without respect. It's a very, very important point here made by Srila Prabhupada. Because that is what we are seeing today in the society. The Vedic culture is finished. The education system is atheistic. And there is a total co-education system. Values are not taught. Brahmacharya training is not there. Women are not trained about chastity and purity. In the Vedic culture, a boy from the childhood would be taught by the father that this is our temple, this is our deities, this is our Kuladeva, this is our Guru. And the father would bow down to the Guru and stand respectfully in front of the Guru and sadhus and Vaishnavas. And the son would look at the father. And by seeing the father, the son would imbibe this quality and this education in his heart right from the childhood. Right from the childhood. And the mothers, they would always cover their head. They would be respectful to the husband and the elder members of the society. They would dress up in a very chaste way, attracting chastity. They would dress up in a very cultured way, covering their body, covering their head. Very, very cautious when there are men other than their husband around, how to keep distance, And the daughter would look at the mother, and then she would learn all these things. And that was culture. Now, because there is no dharma, no religion, secularism is there, the citizens don't know. Now the current generation, fathers don't know only they are supposed to do that. They feel awkward when they see someone paying obeisances in the temple. Or they feel awkward. You understand? Annoyed. Awkward and like that, You see nowadays young boys from metro cities. Of course, South India is still cultured. You go to Mumbai or Delhi, young boy, he will come to the temple, he will see the deities and he will be surprised why these people are lying down on the floor, Annoyed. People are annoyed and surprised. Kya ho raha hai? Why these people are lying down, And they just don't know because they're not educated at all. And it is going to go from bad to worst now. It's going to bad to worst. And women are very surprised to see if the Mumbai or Delhi city girls proper, they call the elite of the society. Elite of the society. Who will put their leg up on the table in front of the father and stalk. be in a miniskirt in front of the father and talk. And our scriptures teaches that a father should not be in a secluded place with his daughter also. And this is the culture. They don't know. If they don't know to cover their dress, body in front of their father, what understanding they will have about any religious principle? Suddenly they were introduced to some temple, they will understand we should put a handkerchief on the head. Nowadays they will go to a temple and they will take some handkerchief. Whole body is half uncovered, but handkerchief on the head. So this is a situation in the already in the society. Srila Prabhupada wrote this purport 50 years back, 50, 60 years back in Radha Damodar temple. At that time I don't think so Srila Prabhupada saw that in India at least. But he wrote in the purports. But for all of us, we have a very, very great fortune. We have a very great fortune. Pariksit Maharaj, he gave, he himself controlled, and then we know how by the will of the Lord, for the purpose of Kali Yuga to take over, Pariksit Maharaj was influenced by the Lord from within his heart to, bully Shringi. Not Shringi. Not Shringi. Shringi is the son of Samika Rishi. Put the snake on the neck of Samika Rishi. And that's when it is said the Kali Yuga took over properly. And then in the form of Sadhu, Vaishnavas, Bhagavatam and Ganga, Lord and the holy name, the Lord continues to stay in the material world. But all of us, we are very fortunate because we have appeared in Kali Yuga, but in golden Kali, Swarna Kali. Why? Why this Kali Yuga is called Swarna Kali? Dhanya, it is called in Shastras, Dhanya Kali, Swarna Kali. Otherwise, it is said, material world is not a place for a gentleman to live, and only sinful people take birth in Kali Yuga. Otherwise, that is the notation of the Shastras. Material world itself is not a place for a gentleman to live, and very sinful people take birth in Kali Yuga. But the other side we hear that, the Kali Yuga which we have appeared, it is Dhanya Kali, Swarna Kali, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sachinandan Shri Gaur Shuddha Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Panchatattva ki. So we all are very fortunate because we appeared now. And above that, we have joined the mission of Srila Prabhupada, who's assisting the Sankirtan. The movement of Srila Prabhupada assisting the Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what we have to do? We have to have complete faith. With complete faith on the holy name and the process of Krishna consciousness, we have to just keep going. That is our duty. Keep going by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And we have to be very, very extra cautious because our faith, because in Kali Yuga, people are very weak, spiritually very weak. Even after we are introduced to Krishna consciousness, after some time, by the nature of Kali Yuga, weakness, because weakness is always sprout up. And it will have only effect if an individual is not serving in a missionary spirit. Because it's a mission, right? It's a Sankirtan mission. If you're not in a missionary spirit, then you'll be weak. You'll be very weak. Your faith will become weak. our attachments will sprout up. You will not, even seeing, you will not be able to believe. You will be so weak philosophically. Complete faith is very important. Otherwise, you will be cheated. If you don't have faith and if you go by others, many times what happens, after being devotee also, suddenly you see your old friend or family relative, you become shy. Many times devotees also hide, If they see their old friend, they will hide, mujhe dekh lega abhi dhoti kurta mein. Our faith has to be very, very strong. So Radha Govind Maharaj tells a very beautiful story. How we can get cheated. The context was different, but he tells that once there was one Smartha who was going for a goat sacrifice, and he was carrying his goat on his shoulder like this and going towards the temple. So the 3 thieves, they saw, and they said that we should get this goat, let us do something. And they planned. Till the Smartha could reach the temple, all the 3 thieves, they stood in different corners of the street. And the first corner of the street, the thief told the Smartha, "Arey, Sadhu, what happened to you today? Why are you carrying a dog on yourself today?" So the Smartha, "Dog? So this is a goat. This is not a dog." So the thief saw a little bit. To me it appears like a dog. I don't know. So now he already went into his mind, Then he went to the second turn of the corner towards the temple. There another thief was standing. And then he saw, very annoyed and surprised. And then he said, "Arey Brahmana, आप ये कुत्ता लेके कहाँ जा रहे हो?" So he touched the tail. He said, "This is not a dog. This is a goat." Then that Brahmana, that thief came and touched the goat. He said, "I don't know. To me it appears like a dog." Now the Brahmana was already very disturbed. Then he went to the third corner. The third corner, third thief was sitting there. He said, and he made a very big surprise. He said, "Hey, what happened to you today? Why are you carrying a dog?" As soon as he heard the third time, he kept the goat down, touched the heart, touched the tail, touched the horns. This is not a dog. This is a goat. The thieves touched the dog and even pulled the ear, and the goat did meh. He said, "See, bow bow it did." And then he said, "Third karke," Brahmana left that goat and went away from there. So Radhagovind Maharaj was telling that if our faith is weak, anyone will come and knock us down like this. People in the material world, they will just speak all kind of nonsense to weaken our faith. And the first mistake the Brahmana did is he gave attention to them. Second mistake he did was that he contemplated on what they said. Third mistake he did that when he met the second person, he entertained him. Fourth mistake was he lost it. So, we have to be very, very careful. Our faith has to be very, very strong. And in Kali Yuga, while practicing Krishna consciousness also, we come up with so much of a conditioning. Even after becoming a devotee, we are very externally cautious. How is the world looking at us? How is other people looking at us? Am I looking very beautiful? Am I looking very nice? Am I the best person? We design our life and will live a philosophy that others should feel I am very wise, very beautiful and very good. But in Kali Yuga, the nature is that everyone is very envious, greedy and lusty. You do anything, people will always be envious. That's the nature of Kali Yuga. If you go by people, you will become a fool. You understand? That's why we have to go by the Shastras. We have to go by the scriptures. What does the scriptures say? What will please the Lord? What will please the Guru? Is what one should be doing. One should be thinking. One should be contemplating. Otherwise, every second person in this world, see, our Shastras say a woman should be dressing up very beautiful for the pleasure of the husband. But leaving the husband, the woman dresses up for everyone in the world. And a man is supposed to be very, very ideal, surrender to the spiritual master and setting an ideal for his son. A father, a man is supposed to be like this. But hardly they could say, temple or spiritual activity is a holiday activity now for the men. Sunday hai, chalo mandir bhi jaake aa jao. Chalo mandir bhi jaake aa jao. It's like that. So what do we learn? Then we completely depend upon how the world want to look at us. But we don't understand that the world, you do anything, the world is going to say that you are a fool. I am better than you. There's this story, Puranic story. The father and the son, you know that story? Father and the son and the horse. Famous story. Very, very famous. There was a father, there was son, and they were going with a horse. So, first, the father kept the son on the horse, and they were walking. So the people on the street, they were telling, after a while, see, what kind of son is this? Old father is walking, and this shameless fellow is sitting on the horse. So after the fire, it was hitting the son too much. So he got down, and he made the father sit on the horse. So the father was sitting on the horse, and the son was walking. After a while, people started telling on the corners, merciless father, कोई दया नहीं है पिता में. जवान बेटा बेचारा धूप में चल रहा है और ये आराम से राजा के साथ घोड़े पे बैठा है. So the father felt very guilty. So he told the son, you also sit. Both father and son sat on the horse. And they started walking. They went ahead little bit. And then again people started telling. He said, now in this society there is no mercy. Human beings have become so merciless, they don't have any mercy for an animal also. Look at the poor horse. Both father and sitting on the horse, both son are sitting. दोनों बैठ गए घोड़े पे. So they said, अरे क्या करें ये? So both of them decided that हम तीनों चलेंगे. Horse will walk, son will walk, father will walk. They started walking. They went a little ahead. And then people started again talking. They said, मूर्खों की कमी नहीं है दुनिया में. घोड़ा होते हुए ये गधे बाप बेटे जमीन पे चल रहे हैं. मूर्खों की कमी नहीं है दुनिया में. घोड़ा होते हुए भी बाप बेटा जमीन पे चल रहे हैं. So this story tells us, you do anything in this world, people are envious. We are not supposed to live our life according to what the worldly people will think. We are supposed to live our life according to what the Supreme Lord wants us to live, what our Guru and Acharyas have written in the scriptures, what our Acharyas have exemplified. That should be our consciousness on how do we appear and exist. Otherwise this world is a place of suffering. If we get, after coming to Krishna consciousness also, if we get entangled to these things, our life will be finished. Our life will be finished. We have to understand this Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It has a very great duty. It has a very great responsibility. Everyone who takes up Krishna consciousness actually very, very carefully read the scripture. Yesterday I was telling the Sankirtan devotees that we practically, after being introduced to the pure process of Krishna consciousness, we come across the devotees, we come across the deities, we come across the pure prasadam, we come across the pure Vaishnava lifestyle, of cleanliness, of, sadhana, strict sadhana. We come across all these things. Huh? And we live a very sincere life. Actually, we give up so much in the outside world. I was telling yesterday that a child, when he is born, the mother and father, first, right from the womb of the mother is so careful, so cautious, that automatically the same mother who would just sit on a chair like this, when she is carrying a baby, she becomes very cautious that she should not just jump on the chair or just get up like this. She is very extra cautious. Why? Because she is carrying the child. Extra cautious. And then the husband also, as the mother's stomach becomes bigger and bigger, the husband also develops so much affection to that wife. And he is extra cautious, taking care of her, bringing us nice food, prashadam. And then when the child is born, mother and father will take so much pain to bring him up. First of all, they say the mothers don't sleep for almost 1 year. And because the child is not sleeping, the mother also doesn't sleep. But the child is sleeping in the day, mother has the work whole day. That's how the mother brings up. And the father also comes up, he works the whole day, and the night they will do part-time, each other, helping each other. One will sleep for some time, other will sleep for some time. And this is the way a child grows up and is brought up. And then there are so many desires, so many duties, responsibilities for a child, for the mother, father also, getting married, for the son to take care of them. But you see, yesterday I was telling this to our student boys, but when you are introduced to Krishna consciousness, actually we step over all these worldly duties. We step over it and we are introduced something which is higher than this, which is the duty towards the Supreme Lord. Isn't it? Duty towards the mission of the Supreme Lord. Very, very rare people get this opportunity in the human form. When you are introduced to Sadhu, Guru, Vaishnavas, the holy name, the Vedic literatures, when you are introduced to this, you actually come out of this consciousness of the worldly duty. You understand, every lifetime I have been doing this. Let me assist the mission of the Lord in this life. Why do we assist the mission of the Lord? Because we see our acharyas do. Why do our acharyas do? Why do they assist the mission of the Lord? Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, all our acharyas. Why? We go so attracted to them. Generally, young men like us will be attracted to business tycoons or sports stars. Isn't it? Isn't it? Like last month I was giving a class in Jew. I said, Kartik is starting with so many festivals. Govardhan Puja, Damodar Leela, Paulashtami, Gopashtami, Prabhupada's disappearance festival, Deepavali, Gaur Krishna, so many festivals. When think of our starting, when we come to the beginning of the Kartik, all these thoughts come. But as soon as these thoughts were going on, parallelly there was Israel war going on. And in between there was World Cup. So I was telling so much anxiety is there, no? But when we introduce to this mission, we come to know that our acharyas, why did they preach? Why did Srila Prabhupada, I was in Prabhupada disappearance day, I went to Radha Damodar temple and there was a grand function going on there. It is said that Radha Damodar temple is full of samadhis of acharya, and Srila Prabhupada had already reached Radha Damodar temple, having his quarters right opposite to the Bhajan Kutir of Rupa Goswami. All what Srila Prabhupada had to do was chant there and leave his body. Isn't it? But he left Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. He left Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan and he went and took the risk to preach. Why? Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj mentions that great acharyas, they go beyond the worldly duties of one mother and father and one family. They see this whole world as family and brothers and sisters of him, because everyone is a child of Krishna. And they feel, like the mother and father feels pain when his child is suffering. Similarly, our acharyas, they feel pain. Their hearts bleed when they see people in the material world are going to hell and being away from Krishna, being away from their real mother and father, and suffering in this world out of ego, envy, material desires, and social security. They are suffering on the name of all these things. In youths, suffering so much. Birth, old age and disease and death. Old age is the most terrible thing, because no youth, man and woman wants to get old. But everyone is forced to get old. And so much endeavor is there to look beautiful and good. Oh, you cannot imagine, my God. It is suffering. This is all suffering. Because real beauty is our character and qualities. That is the beauty. Age is not a barrier for it. But people are suffering in this, that external beauty is everything. So our acharyas, they feel pain when they see all these things. And they go out and preach. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. Jivera swarup hoye, Krishnera nityadas. That is why there are so many missionary activities going on in this world. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission and Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON stands unique. You know why? Because everywhere there is a philosophy. Different philosophies by people are attacking people are trying to bring a certain section of society to their faith of God by helping ones come out of the poverty. Helping one come out of poverty. But they don't know rich are also suffering. The rich are suffering more. Or by force, some are forcing people and killing people to be converted to their faith of believe in God. That is going on in the world very, very grossly. And then within that there are so many other philosophies. If you really want to know that, next year, 2025, January, you come to Kumbh Mela and you see in Kumbh Mela there will be all kind of akhadas. How many of you have been to Kumbh Mela? Prayagraj, Allahabad Kumbh Mela, how many of you have been? No? You should go this time. Plan now only. We are planning to go there with our Sankirtan bus. You just see Kumbh Mela. You will be surprised to see. So there is one person people are worshipping. Why? Because his one hand is up only for last 15 years. People are worshipping him. All kind of jokers you will see there. You will just go crazy and you will be feeling so proud what Srila Prabhupada has given to us. So, all this kind of bogus religion, forcefully misguided philosophy, all that is available in this world, right? But you see, the opposite to it is the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and gifted to us in the form of ISKCON. It is called the love of God, right? That is how we see our goal is what? To achieve the love of God. It's about love, and it is gifted through the holy name. And we are just taught to be distributing that love in the form of prasadam, in the form of the transcendental books, in the form of Harinam, in the form of clean and beautiful temples, in the form of beautiful darshan. All we have to do is introduce the love of God in all these forms, and this is Sankirtan mission, and we are the soldiers of that Sankirtan mission. You understand? We are the missionaries of this Sankirtan mission. We are supposed to go out and give this. There is so much of nonsense going on the name of gaining people for one's own religion. And here is the mission which doesn't force us, which doesn't bribes, which doesn't assure that you will come out of poverty. which doesn't assure that all your material problems will be finished. All what it gives is pure love. Prabhupada said, just by seeing a devotee in dhoti, kurta and tilak, one's heart, mind gets purified. And we have experienced this, You go on the streets, you just go on the streets and meet people. People are very happy. People are very happy to meet sadhus. So all what we are supposed to do is to go out with complete faith, not getting distracted, not being worried what people think about us, and acting to the teachings of Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. Following the Siksha Ashtakam. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadha. What does it say? It says, don't expect amanina manadena. Don't expect any respect for yourself, but give respect to one and all. In this mood, kirtaniya sada hari. Just always chant the holy name of the Lord and distribute it. That is our mission. And we have to do it very seriously. Very seriously. The result is guaranteed provided we have that spirit. We have that spirit. So we should all go now. Automatically, when I'm speaking this, and this verse is there, about the effect of Kali Yuga, we also are entering the marathon. We are also entering the marathon, right? So take full advantage of marathon. Go out. Give the love of God. See, people are trying to conquer the world with their understanding of religion. And we are also working to conquer the world through the Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So take it up very seriously. Every individual of us should be like a Sankirtan atomic bomb. There is so much discussion, no? अगर एटॉमिक बम मिल गया हैदराबाद में तो पूरा सिटी चला जाएगा. Isn't it true? There's so much talk about it. One atomic bomb will fail actually 400 kilometers. Immediately you have to cover your head and go below. तो थोड़ा भी लग गया तो आग चले जाएगा, ये चला जाएगा, वो चला जाएगा. There's so much explanation about atomic bomb. So we also should contemplate that. Each one of us should become Sankirtan atomic bomb. Wherever we go, we give the books and prasadam, and people will hanker after reading this. Where are those devotees? Oh, those devotees are not coming. Let me only become the devotee. Let me only become the devotee. That's an impression we should leave when they come in contact with us. That is our bomb. That's how Srila Prabhupada disciples did, When they would go on the kirtan on the streets would stop seeing them. When they would go to sell books, the person who did not want to buy may not be so much influenced, but the person who is observing gets influenced. Wow, these people are so gentlemen. Even they are rejected. They are behaving so nicely. What is there in what they are practicing is making them like this. Amani namanade. So we should try to give that. Focus on that. That's our goal of life. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? प्रश्न बोलो.
कली को बोले कि आप जो है 4 अवैध स्थान पर जा सकते हैं. वो स्थान नहीं मिला तो बोले कि जहाँ अवैध सोना है वहाँ जा सकते हैं. तो उस समय जो धन की काउंटिंग होती थी सोने में होती थी. तो आज के डेट में हम लोग उसको कैसे देखें?
इसी के लिए हमारे आचार्य और कुछ भक्त लोग ये भी समझाते हैं कि वो जो अवैध धन जो बोलते हैं ना, उसका एक स्वरूप ये भी है कि अधिक भौतिक इच्छा है. उसको जब आप समझोगे तो विस्तार में, अगर उसको विस्तार करके तोड़ोगे तो हर वो चीज़ जो हमको भौतिक जगत में जड़ के रख देती है यहीं पर, वही है. जहाँ पर भी हम आसक्त हो जाए जगत में, इस जड़ जगत में रहने के लिए, वो सोना ही है कि नहीं? हर माँ के लिए, माँ बाप के लिए बेटा सोना है, हर व्यक्ति के लिए उसकी पत्नी सोना है, सुंदर पत्नी, हर बूढ़े व्यक्ति के लिए उसका संपत्ति सोना है कि नहीं?
All these things are planned. So if everything is planned, all this negativity, like why Lord is planning so much negativity in this Kali Yuga? And if this is planned, then what is the role of human? If already it is planned
Very good
from
point.
the Lord.
So everything is planned and created as per the desire of the living beings. We desire and creation happens, and we are left to fulfill our desires. And the Lord creates a mechanism by it functions automatically. That's explained in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. But we are also created. Isn't it true? We are also created. But the Lord is very kind. He gives us a minute independence. Most of the things which happens in our life is already destined based on our prarabdha karma. Based on our, like none of us choose the Google location and the surname to take birth. Anyone? Anyone made a choice that this is the Google location, I will take birth with this surname? No. None of us. Isn't it true? None of us. We were, without our choice, we were born, right? So that is the explanation that according to our destiny we take birth. All that is based on destiny and based on our karma. You know, some are black, some are white, some are ugly, some are beautiful. You know, some are rich, some are poor. This is also that. So this is a scientific understanding that based on karma. But the Lord leaves a minute independence with us. If that independence is not there, then our existence has no value. We are robots. You understand? So it is said, a minute independence is with the soul, living being. With that independence, once he makes the choice, after he makes the choice, the Lord gives the direction and the path from within. And then he functions. For example, if one with that independence desires that, Arey, this material world is place of enjoyment, I will enjoy. So there is unlimited facility to enjoy. But the Lord is very, very merciful, very kind. Like a father. Because we desire Lord Krishna, like father, you know, sometimes father has 4 sons. Out of them, one of them is Badmash. And father beats him, kicks him and throws him out of the house. But in his mind, he will have that son only who left the house. Right? He will have that, kidhar gaya, kya kar raha hai, pata nahi, khana khaya ki nahi. Then he will be angry, he will tell the first son, देखो जरा किधर गया, घर के बाहर है कि चला गया सही में. That concern is there. Similarly, we disobey and want to enjoy separate from the Lord. So the Lord is so kind, He Himself comes, He Himself gives the scriptures, and then He leaves it to up with our independence to make a choice. So if you make a choice of material existence, desiring to enjoy independent of the Lord, then the Lord leaves us in the material world. But if you desire to serve the Lord and be a part of overall enjoyment, just like if you are working in a company, you can only enjoy if you please the philosophy, the principle, the hierarchy of the company, right? Isn't it? So in that choice, you are happy, your hierarchy is happy, boss is happy. Isn't it true? Because you are assisting overall happiness. The spiritual path is that. And one who makes that choice, they are brought to the temple like you are sitting today. And those who don't, they are also enjoying outside. They say we are mad, we say they are mad. So this is on the material realm. But even the transcendental realm, there are like differences. There are a group of gopis with Yashoda, there are a group of gopis with Radharani, and there are another group of gopis with Chandravali. They also little differ. So that spiritual differences are there. Even in material world, we see these things. But it needs, I'm just trying to briefly explain you. But once you understand the basic philosophy associated with you, you will realize about what I'm trying to say. I hope that answers.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki Granth